Hey guys, I'm starting to film again. I've just filmed 2 seconds ago, but I'm thinking that this next section will be another video, probably. I don't even know how much footage I have, so I'm just guessing. We're on our way to Hobbiton. Woo! Yeah, so I'm really excited about going there. We've just gotten ready, had some breakfast, and we're going to go. Now our tour is this afternoon, but there's apparently a little Hobbiton village before you get to actual Hobbiton. So we thought we might drive out now, see what we can see around there, have some lunch at Hobbiton maybe, and then do our tour, which is like a 2-hour tour, I believe. So I'm going to try and bring my good camera. I've been filming so far just on my mobile phone just because it's a bit easier to carry the phone around everywhere than my good camera. And we've been in a few spots where there's been water involved, so I was a bit concerned about the camera. But yes, we're going to go and yeah, try and get some really good footage of Hobbiton. The drive to Hobbiton was so pretty. As you can see, all the beautiful trees and everything here, I just had to film it.
Gonna say anything? Yeah. Yeah.
There was this cute little market on the way at the Hobbiton town. So this is before you actually get to Hobbiton, the attraction. The town itself is now Hobbiton. Yeah, I guess so. I was super tempted by a lot of the stuff here, but we hadn't even made it to Hobbiton yet, so I just thought, no, I won't buy anything at the town Hobbiton. I'll wait till we go to the attraction.
We will swear on the places.
And we're here! The banquet tour looks so awesome. I would absolutely love to do that one time. Meals fit for a hobbit. And we're off. They've got buses leaving about every 15 minutes, I think, so it's very busy here. And there's the Green Dragon. Now apparently there's about 44 Hobbit holes at Hobbiton now. I think it was 39 or something when they filmed the movie. when they first made the Lord of the Rings, they took everything down again. This was a farmer's land that they used for filming, and of course he didn't think it would be as big as it is now as far as an attraction goes, so he wanted them to clean everything up. And then I guess he probably had people coming to want to have a look at the Hobbit holes, and so when they did the Lord of the Rings, when they did the Hobbit movie after Lord of the Rings, they recreated Hobbiton, and he decided to leave it up. And I believe they took 2 years to make Hobbiton the second time, and they made it out of, permanent materials instead of things like styrofoam and all of that, which they used the first time around. The thing we also noticed, and that they explained to us as well, was the different sizes of Hobbit holes. So some of them are, life size, so that you could walk into them if you were, probably not if you were super tall, but if you're my height and I'm 5 foot, I could walk into some of them, whereas other ones are really tiny, and that was so they could film a forced perspective. So if they had Gandalf walking past a tiny little Hobbit hole, he looked massive. And then if they had actors that were a little bit taller, then they could, that are playing the hobbits, they could stand in front of the taller Hobbit holes and look tiny like a hobbit. And I think they said they had something like 40 landscape gardeners on staff to look after Hobbiton. And there's like vegetables growing. Some of the veggies are fake, but a lot of them are real. And the gardens are just adorable. All these beautiful little flowers and plants. So it would take a lot of upkeep to look after everything. But one thing they definitely don't have to look after is the tree on the top of Bilbo's house here. So they explained to us that they moved an oak tree into the house the first time around, and of course it died. That's the oak tree there. And, then they decided to make a fake one, and each of the leaves was added individually. And I think the tree was filmed for seconds in the movie, and it was, I don't know how long, weeks of work, maybe more, to get all the leaves attached to the tree. So you can see the tiny little hobbit hole I'm sitting in front of there. I think I'd make a very good hobbit. And apparently a lot of the Hobbit holes that were created were only in the movie for seconds or even not at all. This is Samwise Gamgee's Hobbit hole, and this was the largest, I think, of the Hobbit holes, because he was a larger actor, so it needed to look like, he would fit in the door like and he was a tiny hobbit. So if they had have made it smaller like the other ones, it wouldn't have looked right. And I love that they've got smoke coming out of this chimney. It's so well done. There's all these different little bits and pieces out the front. See the vegetables? Those ones are fake, but they had a lot of actual veggie patches and things that they were growing. I mean, it looks as if hobbits could just be hanging out around the corner waiting to come around and go into one of their hobbit holes. And that's the green dragon in the distance. And this is the party area scene where Bilbo had his 111th birthday. And they had the big tree there.
Hi, love.
Hi. So the area was picked because of that tree, apparently. And here's the cart that Gandalf was riding in. I think I've decided I definitely want to live in a hobbit hole. They look pretty awesome. I want second breakfasts, 11sies, maybe not hairy feet. I'll live without the hairy feet. And here's the Green Dragon. So this pub was burned down and they recreated it. So they actually burned it down for the movie, and then, you know, when they wanted to open Hobbiton to the public, they've rebuilt it exactly the way it looked, and I love it. It looks so cool, and I love the bar area and the food section and the lovely open fireplaces. I could definitely live in a house that looked like this. It's so cool. And they gave us a free cider, or you could have beer, or I think soft drink as well. And apparently when they did the big party for Bilbo, they invited a lot of the family of the actors, I think it was, to come to the party and served them free food and booze. But the booze was only like 1% booze, and nobody realised. So they all thought they were getting drunk, but really they weren't, or not very. But they got rowdier. It was like a state of mind. They, you know, thought they were drinking and getting more rowdy because of the alcohol, but they, of course, didn't want anyone to get too drunk for filming. So I thought that was really clever. Alright guys, here we are, finally at the Green Dragon, having an ale and enjoying the fire. We've really had such a good time here at Hobbiton. I definitely recommend you come and check it out. It is so adorable. There's so much to see. It's really beautiful. I think winter's probably better because, you know, you can cozy up near the fire at the end. There's less people. I think if you were coming in summer it might be a bit nuts, but I love this. I'd love to come back and do a dinner here one time. But yeah, cheers.